cannot take this anymore. Saying everything I said before. All these words, they make no sense. I find bliss in ignorance. Less I hear, the less you say. You'll find that out anyway. Just like before. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to break, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge. I'm about to break. I find the answers aren't so clear. Wish I could find a way to disappear. All these thoughts, they make no sense. I found bliss in ignorance. Nothing seems to go away. Over and over again. Just like before. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to break, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge. I'm about to break. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to break, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break.
You see, I did not come here to be a failure. I came here to succeed. I came here to make a name for myself and also to inflict as much pain as I can on my opponents, no matter who they are. And since I don't have a match here at Odyssey, which I kind of believe it's a little stupid, I'm laying out a challenge. Next level. Whoever dares step foot to me, you best bring your A game, because if you do not, I will have to put you out of your misery. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenge by Nick Alexander issued at Odyssey is going to be answered today. A very determined and confident Nick Alexander making his way to the ring. Now, if you've been on the AWE Instagram as of late, you've seen the hype video for the stipulation tournament taking place. And the winner will go on to face King Neon for his AWE World Championship at Quest for Gold. Nick Alexander will take part in this tournament. However, he and D4 both have first round byes. So on the card tonight, we have this match, a challenge issued by Nick Alexander. We also have Chris Davidson versus Lunatank later on in a submission match. We also have Simba the Great versus Henry Mack in a 2 out of 3 falls match. With Nick Alexander being exempt from the first round, this is only an exhibition match for him. But who is going to answer the call? And it is Cody Cole, the newest addition to the AWE roster, making his debut here tonight. Now, over the weeks he has been training. He does have some tricks up his sleeve, but if he could pull off what looks to be an upset over Nick Alexander, if he could pull that off, what would that say about him and his status in AWE? Maybe he moves up the food chain and gets a shot at that title next time. Maybe next time there's a tournament, he's involved. Right now, he's going to have his first ever one-on-one match. And this one's going to go on the record. Now, we've never seen him compete
so we don't know what he has in store, but he making a bold attempt to get in the head of Nick Alexander. That might not be the man you want to do that to. The bulletproof Nick Alexander pushes him away. And there's a knife. Head scissors takedown. What athleticism from Cody Cole, and there's a knee strike. He's rolling here early on. Nick Alexander looks shell-shocked. And he jumps up on the side of the ring, and he goes for looked like a frog splash, some sort of body splash, and Nick Alexander gets the knees up. You can't take Nick lightly, and there's a clothesline, planting him in the mat. But there's a nice crossbody from Cody Cole. He goes for the cover and only gets a 2 count. I'm not sure Nick Alexander thought he was even going to break a sweat today. And I don't know what Cody Cole was going for there, but he caught. Nick Alexander caught Cody Cole, and there's the brain buster. Nick Alexander knows, as you see Cody Cole lumped over in pain, Nick Alexander knows that brainbuster is usually the prelude to what's to come. Throat slash. Complete shot from Nick Alexander. There's the cover. That could do it. And it will. Thanks for coming.
Here is your winner.
An impressive showing put on by Nick Alexander. And how will that match affect his momentum going into the next round of the number 1 Contenders stipulation tournament? And next up, we're going to have the champion's inauguration for King Neon, celebrating his victory over Henry Mack at Odyssey. Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion's inauguration is underway, and King Neon has prepared a speech for all of us to enjoy and savor. We will see what he has to say about winning the AWE World Championship when he gets in the ring.
If it wasn't for all of you, I would not have made it this far. And I just want to thank you. There's going to be a lot of challenges coming my way. But I'm ready for anything and anybody.
And that's D4's music. What the hell is he doing out here, spoiling this inauguration?
Well, frick, I can't have anything to myself.
This is a sacred event. How dare he interrupt our champion? That really grinds my gears. Well, I guess we'll hear what he has to say, won't we?
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're not.
I really am. But I'd like to say congratulations. I'm very proud of you and what you have accomplished. I mean, you went 0 to hero like that. I mean, I remember as well as everybody else does the first ever episode of AWE where I pinned you 1, 2, 3. And the fact that you came from that and you beat our former champion Henry Mack 1-on-1 clean, that's incredible, man. Great job. But you were talking about challengers and you heard my music. I was just thinking I should be the challenger for that belt.
Should you though?
Well, I don't know. the fact that you've never pinned me, and we've squared off in 2 separate matches, and my shoulders have never been pinned to this mat by you for a 3 count. So if you really want to prove yourself as the dominant competitor here in AWE, I feel like that's the next step.
Well, I don't know if you deserve this champion.
Let's be real. There's a tournament going on right now, and at Quest for Gold, you're going to have to defend that against somebody. And I'm in that tournament. I am. I mean, it's on my shirt.
So, what are you saying? Are you saying you're the best superstar?
I'm saying you know as well as I do, I'm going to be the one to come out on top anyway. Why don't you just put that on the line here tonight?
You know what? I accept.
Ladies and gentlemen, this card just got a little bit spicier because we have a championship match on our hands at the end of tonight's show. It will be our main event, so stay tuned. You don't want to change that channel or click on another video. But before the championship match, we're going to kick off the Quest for Gold stipulation tournament. We're going to have Chris Davidson versus Lunatank to see who will go on to face Nick Alexander on AWE Next Level number 4. Do remember that if D4 were to defeat King Neon here tonight for the championship, King Neon would replace him and go on to face the winner of Henry Mack and Simba the Great's replacement. Simba did suffer an ankle sprain in preparation for his match, and his replacement will face Henry Mack next time on AWE Next Level number 4. So you may want to tune in. You definitely will want to tune in. So just do it. Do it. This match, the first in the Quest for Gold number 1 Contenders tournament, will be a submission match. The only way to win is to make your opponent tap out. And that is what both Chris Davidson and Lunatank look to do here today. This round 1 matchup should be a good one. Chris Davidson, a promising young superstar here in AWE. And Lunatank. We've only seen good things from him. And here comes Lunatank! What the hell is he doing? Attacking the back of Chris Davidson. And the ref's gonna break it up.
Get in the ring.
We're gonna take a break.
Are you good?
Do you like merch? We love merch. And we've got merch. We've got the D4 Strike with Precision merch 1.0. The King Neon Feel the Glow 1.0 merch. We have the Bulletproof Nick Alexander merch 1.0. We have the Indestructible Force Lunatank merch 1.0. Contact information is in the description. All shirts, $20. Your favorite superstar. We got it. We like merch. You want merch. We sell merch. You wear merch. Merch. Buy merch. No, but seriously though, like support us, buy merch. Contact information in the description. Like, buy the freaking merch.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we can get this Quest for Gold tournament underway. Although Chris Davidson may have taken some punishment to his lower back. And there's a nice back suplex. But that attack will take its toll on Chris Davidson's body. as this match goes on. What a fiendish move by Lunatank. We're trying to crown a #1 contender for King Neon's AWE World Championship. And Chris Davidson going for the suplex. And it looks as though Lunatank counters into a suplex of his own. And the back of Chris Davidson may be the deciding factor in this matchup. He's a great wrestler. He's a great performer. But can he battle the pure strength and power of Lunatank and withstand the pain? If he can here today, it will no doubt be a huge accomplishment. Going for a Hurricane Run, and there's a pop-up powerbomb by Lunatank. Lunatank doing devastating damage to the lower back of Chris Davidson. He's looking to lock in a submission and get an early victory. Chris Davidson fighting back. Catches an elbow right to the teeth. This is only the third match that we've seen Lunatank in here in AWE. And there's the nice neck breaker from Chris Davidson. Looks like it may have done some damage to him as well. This is only the third match we've seen Lunatank in here in AWE. And the first match since the first episode of Next Level that we've seen him compete. And it looks like Chris Davidson going for an armbar. The ref says he's in the ropes. He has to break the hold. Smart strategy by Chris Davidson. Target one limb and make Lunatank submit. Trying to hurt that right arm of Lunatank. And it looks like he's got the Kimura cinched in. Will Lunatank submit? Wrenching back on that arm. This may be his only hope in this matchup. But here's Lunatank. And it looks like he's got Chris Davidson in a bear hug. That has to be hurting the lower back. But Chris Davidson, resilient. Fighting out of that submission. Chris Davidson trying to get somewhere to catch his breath. This matchup so far has been 90-0 since before the opening bell. And it looks like Lunatank has that devastating chokeslam locked in. And look at the height. Keep in mind, this is not a normal match, or else he could have went for a pinfall right there. He's trying to do as much damage to that back as he can. And he's got the bear hug, and Chris Davidson fighting out. Hip toss. Getting some shots on the head of Lunatank. Lunatank has an unfair advantage. One that I personally don't think is right. And there's a takedown from Chris Davidson. Chris Davidson spills to the outside of the ring.
1,
Trying to catch his breath.
2, 3.
Trying to heal up and bandage. There's a clothesline. Heal up that lower back. That is not going to be an easy injury to deal with throughout this matchup, especially with it being a submission match. Another suplex from Lunatank. Lunatank going palms up, saying, "Is this all you have?" The assault from Lunatank, and he's got another choke slam, cinched in, and another one. Doing as much punishment to that back as he can. Chris Davidson barely able to stand. And here's Lunatank, package pile driver. Cracking the neck and the skull of Chris Davidson. And now getting rib shots. Taking shots at that torso. And a defenseless Chris Davidson. The ref isn't saving him yet. As a matter of fact, maybe the ref is missing this call, and the cameraman's gonna give him some help.
3, 4. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You can hear Chris Davidson agonizing. And the pain may be a little too much for him today. Double knees to the face. And Lunatank wisely gets out of the ring. And I think the ref may be missing a count here. Or maybe he's going to check on Chris Davidson. Make sure he's all right.
1.
And there's the count.
2.
Lunatank trying to do damage on the outside. That is a much more hostile environment.
4. 6.
And Lunatank looks dazed and confused.
7.
And Chris Davidson will not give him the benefit of resting outside the ring. Chris Davidson going for some kind of offense here, but it looks like Lunatank has the chokeslam locked in. But a nice back elbow counter from Chris Davidson, and he jumps up and he goes for the guillotine, and he's got it cinched in. But it looks as though he's tapping. What just happened? Lunatank is your winner, ladies and gentlemen. The referee having to break that hold up.
You alright?
Let's take a look back and see what exactly happened. It was moves like this chokeslam that led to the victory for Lunatank. In this matchup, that lower back could not withstand the bear hug, which looked to be applied. There was a nice counter right there. Let's see. Chris Davidson goes for the guillotine, and it looks as though he gets locked in a bear hug simultaneously. And here's the updated #1 Contenders tournament bracket. You see Lunatank moving on to face Nick Alexander next week on Next Level. And the last match on the card for the night will be the championship match between D4 and King Neon. Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this title match was not sanctioned at the beginning of this show. If D4 takes the title from King Neon, that could definitely throw a wrinkle in the stipulation tournament that has already begun. If D4 is to win the title here tonight, right now in our main event, King Neon will replace his spot in the tournament. King Neon said earlier on tonight he wants to be a fighting champion. And he wants to be the best AWE champion in history. And in order for him to do that, he knows he's going to have to defend his title. And luckily for D4, he had enough respect to accept the challenge King Neon doesn't have to defend his title until Quest for Gold. But D4 said, hey, you want to be a fighting champion, put it on the line right now. And even if D4 does lose this match, he's still in that tournament. So it's a win-win for D4. He potentially could have 2 shots at the title if he were to win the tournament. And looking at the tail of the tape, you see D4 has to be confident because his record against King Neon going one-on-one is 1-0. King Neon pinned Nick Alexander in that triple threat on next level number 2 to go face Henry Mack at Odyssey as these two competitors lock up. So the narrative for this match is King Neon wants to prove not only to D4 but to himself that he's a worthy champion, that he's not a fluke champion. D4 goes for the knee strike and it's evaded. And the waist lock there from behind. King Neon has D4's foot. And he's wrenching back on the leg. D4's in the ropes. But the narrative behind this match is D4 knows because he's beaten King Neon before one-on-one. Clean. So he says, you know what? If King Neon wants to accept my challenge, goes for the dropkick there but misses. If he wants to accept my challenge and I beat him again like I know I have before, nice Pele kick from D4, then I'll be the champion. And King Neon needs this. He needs to prove to himself that he can go with the best. That he's a worthy champion. D4 misses the drop kick once again. These two know each other better than any two competitors in this company. And he goes for another drop kick and may have hit his head there as King Neon just throws him to the ground. And what's King Neon looking for there? He goes for the gut wrench side slam from King Neon. And as this match goes on, you're going to see just how well these two know each other's movesets. King Neon has already countered multiple moves D4 has thrown at him. But as we all know, these two both add to their arsenal every single episode. Every single time they step in the ring, it's something different. And he finally gets that drop kick and goes for the cover. Looks like he may have only got it's a 2 count. And King Neon drops D4 with a vicious elbow strike. And he may actually be unconscious. And King Neon goes for the rolling senton. And he puts that thing in reverse. D4 has just enough left to get out of that pin attempt. D4 trying to come back, goes for the super kick, but it's caught by King Neon. This is what I was talking about. These two competitors know. They know each other so well. Nice kick from D4 there, and it drops King Neon. Another kick. And D4 goes for a rolling senton of his own. Goes for the swanton, and I'm not sure if he's ever hit that move on King Neon. King Neon goes for the drop kick. Got some of the knees there though on D4. D4 maybe playing a little bit of possum there as he goes for the spinning enziguri and then gets the drop kick picture perfect as you hear the impact of his feet making solid contact with the face of King Neon.
3, 4. The cream always rises to the top. 5.
Quoting the Macho Man Randy Savage, going for tope con hilo, and he hits the ground. What a spill to the outside from D4.
1, 2.
That has to be agonizing
4,
We've never seen anyone do anything like that here in AWE.
6,
King Neon just trying to get D4 back in the ring. He wants to win this the right way. Although I do think he could leave him outside the ring if it came down to it.
Come on, guys. Get it back in the ring. Let's go.
And the nice scissor
1,
kick on the back of the head from
2,
King Neon. D4 lucky to
3,
still be breathing after
4,
hitting the ground with as much impact as he did.
5,
Ref at a count of
6,
5. King Neon may want to get him back in the ring.
7, 8.
King Neon just throws D4 in the
All right,
ring,
we're back in.
and he's lumped over. I'm not even sure how D4 is still going. His back, his lumbar segment, but he's still got a little bit of fight left in him. But you can see the effects that this title match has taken, the toll that it's taken on him. But he's still going, still trying to get some offensive maneuvers in as he snaps off the Hurricane Rana. That's something we've seen before, and he's going for the V trigger, but he misses, takes another nasty spill to the outside. And as you saw, King Neon looking behind him because he knows when he's in that precarious position, he knows exactly what D4's going for.
5, 6,
And he took that move out of D4's playbook.
count reset.
If you recall, the
1,
first ever match in AWE history, D4 hit that move pretty early on. But King Neon has adapted, he's evolved, he's added it to his collection of moves, to his arsenal. And D4 goes for the stunner there. King Neon just throws him off of him.
7,
Big strength disadvantage here for D4 as he gets planted on the side of the ring.
count reset again.
And King Neon
1,
breaking the count because he wants to inflict more punishment. And look at the back. Look at the
3,
whelps and the dirt.
4,
Maybe even some blood on the back of D4 as he can't even stand up on his own.
6. Come on, get it back in the ring.
King Neon throws D4 back in the ring. Looks like he might be going for another offensive maneuver. D4 just crawling,
I deserve it.
saying, I deserve it. And King Neon saying, you don't deserve anything. And he's going for the Neon Bomb. And D4 manages a last-second Hurricane Rana. This could change the momentum of this match if D4 can capitalize.
Puts on the rope.
And he rolls King Neon over. Maybe going for a pin attempt. But it doesn't look as if he's going to do that. And we've seen this before, this taunt. It's usually the prelude to the frog splash. Picture perfect frog splash from D4. And he goes for the cover. D4 trying to go to his bread and butter. He has used that move and multiple others to beat King Neon in the past. And we know what this usually leads to. The run-up spear caught in mid-air by King Neon. And he goes for some sort of slam. But D4 slides off the back. And D4 is going to take this opportunity, goes for the knee strike. I don't know if he got all of it. But he's picking King Neon back up because he wants something else. And he goes for the bloodbath knee strike. As you see the saliva go flying from King Neon's mouth. And a Spartan kick drops King Neon to the mat. D4 falls into the cover.
2 count.
He had only managed a 2 count.
1,
King Neon playing possum.
2 count.
Rolls up D4. D4 at 2. Both of these men are worn out. I would have to imagine D4 is in a worse position and in worse shape than King Neon. But there's a nice backstabber. And he got all of it on that backstabber.
2,
These two men are tired. They're hot.
back in the ring. 1,
They're worn out, they're bruised, they're battered. But the reason they're doing all this is for the AWE Championship.
Let's go! All right, come on, guys, get it back in the ring. Let's go. Let's.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back
What do you say?
to this AWE World Championship match. D4 looking to take that title, that newly earned title, away from King Neon here tonight on Next Level.
2, 3.
We've seen him beat King Neon once in the past. And D4 thinks he can do it again. But that doesn't sound like too much of a stretch, given the background and the history that these two have together
2.
when facing off. D4 ducks the clothesline, and King Neon ducks the clothesline as well. There's a pop-up stunner from D4. And D4 rolls King Neon over, and we know this position all too well. And there's a kick to the knee. D4 looked like maybe he was going for a kill shot. King Neon just got out of the way. And we've seen this from King Neon before, going for the Neon Bomb. But there's a Hurricane Rana snapped off from D4. This is his moment. And he's measuring it up, goes for the kill shot. And we've seen when he hits that move, he usually doesn't lose, ladies and gentlemen. And he goes for a knee strike on King Neon, catches a modified power bomb. D4 spills to the outside of the ring.
2, 3,
The ref at a count of 3.
4,
D4 may have injured his knee.
6.
And King Neon going for that clothesline super kick to the chin of King Neon.
6.
Let's take a look one more time. The impact.
3,
This matchup has taken so much out of both men.
5,
It ain't even funny no more.
get you back 6,
D4 saying, I gotta get you back in.
7,
Yes, sir, you do. Yes, sir, you do have to get him back in.
9,
You're gonna have to call D4 Captain Obvious. D4 going for what looks like a pedigree. Might have to call that one the rebound pedigree. Added another layer to that move. And it looks like he's going for spinning heel kick. King Neon flips him over. D4 turns around, caught by a spear out of nowhere, turning his body inside out. Let's take one more look.
2,
What a devastating spear
3,
from King Neon.
4, 5,
D4 may be throwing his guts up.
7, 8,
These two men laying everything on the line.
10.
And the ref gets to a count of 10. D4's on the outside. King Neon's going to retain. How disappointing this must be for the challenger. And early on in this matchup, a nasty spill to the outside. And the story of this matchup was the evasion of big moves by King Neon. He managed to get out of the way quite a few times. And right here, D4 managed to swing the momentum back in his favor with a nice super kick right on the jaw. But in the end, this spear turning D4 inside out, the dagger. You try to recover from that. And D4, his back is bruised and battered and covered in the terrain of the earth. And in the end, King Neon will retain his AWE World Championship.
But I didn't want to win like this. Hey, I'll see D4 at another time.
Much respect from King Neon.